Hello once again on Cowboys Nation and welcome back to the Dallas Cowboys, which delivered another impressive preseason performances today by defeating Arizona Cardinals 34-13 at State Farm Stadium. So it was a convincing victory for the Dallas and more importantly another opportunity for several players fighting for a roster spots and backups road to make a strong statement. They then followed the performances with even stronger offensive showing against Arizona, moving to 2-0 preseason win. This is the first time the Dallas has opened the preseason with 2-0 since 2007. So we have many players who have been fighting for the Dallas Cowboys on this preseason. So the Joe Milton is still the spotlight. The biggest story of the night was a quarterback, Joe Milton 3. Milton started the game and looked extremely comfortable learning the Cowboys offense. He completed 18 to 26 passes for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns, while also adding a rushing touchdowns. His performance earned him 151 pass rusher rating according to the Cowboys official cap. So what made Hamilton's performances particularly impressive was his decision-making and pocket presence. He repeatedly showed a patience instead of immediately escaping the pockets, giving his receivers time to get open and delivering accurate through a downfield. Milton performances is especially important because Dallas is still evaluating the quarterback position behind the Dak Prescott. So Sam Howell and John Milton have been competing for the backup quarterback roles, and this game gave Milton another major opportunity to strengthen his case in the Dallas Cowboys. So the explosive play immediately gave a Dallas momentum and demonstrated the big play ability that the Dallas Cowboys want to see from their young offensive player. Milton continued producing throughout the first half, helping Dallas to build a commanding lead before a halftime. By the end of the first half, the Cowboys had scored 24 points, while the Arizona had managed only 6. So that's why the Dallas Cowboys have been won against the Arizona Cardinals 34. So also running back Malik Davis was another player who benefited significantly from the game. Davis consistently produced a positive yardage and scored a touchdowns while also showing an important skills that coaches value from the backup running back pass protection. Dallas Cowboys reporters highlighted Davis' ability to pick up a blitz and give Hamilton additional time in the pockets. That the combination of flashing production and pass protection could be extremely important as the Cowboys finalized their running back depth chart. The performance strengthened Davis' case in the competition for the Cowboys left back role. So also the Cameron Brown provide a huge play like in the preseason opener game. Wide receiver Cameron Brown also had a memorable night. A Brown block loose for spectacular 70 yards touchdown play, giving a Cowboys another explosive offensive momentum. And his performances is particularly important because Dallas has several receivers competing for roster positions behind established names such as C.D. Lamb and George Pickens. For young receivers, preseason games are about more than statistics, so every big catch, slot block, and special teams contribution can influence the coaching staff when final roster decisions are made. A Brownie's big play certainly gave the Cowboys another lesson to continue evaluating him closely. While the offense received most of their attention, a Dallas defense also played a major role in the victory. The Cowboys forced Arizona into a difficult situation throughout the game, and the rookie cornerback Shavon Levo Jr. made another impressive play by intercepting a Carolina drive early in the game. Levo has been generating attention during a training camp and preseason, and another interception only, which increased the excitement surrounding his potential. A rookie linebacker Joshua Bellingham also made his preseason debut and immediately showed the physicality that the Dallas hoped to see from him. His early tackle for the loss was one of the defensive highlights of the opening quarters. The Cowboys also received pressure from the players such as L.T. Overton, who recorded a sack during the game. And after Milton's impressive first half, Sam Howell took over the quarterback for the Dallas. So the Howell completed 70% of his passes but finished with only 65 passing yards and one interception, producing 47 pass rating. That performance is created an interesting situation for the Dallas Cowboys, and the Milton has now put together multiple strong preseason performances, while Howell is still trying to show that he can provide reliable depth behind a Dak Prescott. With a roster decision approaching, every remaining practice and preseason opportunity become increasingly important. Dallas takes control early, and the Cowboys establish the control from the opening quarters. Dallas scored 14 points in the first quarters and added another 10 in the second, and entered the halftime with 24-6 advantages, and Arizona managed to respond with a touchdown with the third quarter, but the Dallas answered with another score in the fourth, close out of 34 to 13 of victory against the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals were unable to create enough consistent offensive momentum, while the Dallas continued to find a way to generate a big plays. And the Arizona discipline also become an issue with penalties contributing to their struggle during the game. So this means the most important things about this preseason victory is not simply the 34-13 score, but the Cowboys are using these games to evaluate players before the final roster. Young players are competing for positions, veterans are trying to secure their roles, and the coaching staff is looking for the players who can be trusted when the regular season begins. The biggest winner from this game include Joe Milton, Malik Davis, Connor Lowell, and of Everton. Milton's performances in particular could make the quarterback competition much more interesting heading into the final stage of the preseason. It is important not to overreact to preseason results. These games are not regular season contests, and many starters around the league receives limited playing time or do not play at all. However, Dallas has now shown positive signs in 2 consecutive games. The defensive has created turnover and the pressure. The defensive has produced explosive plays. Young players are competing aggressively for a roster spots, and the quarterback battle behind a Dak Prescott is becoming one of the most interesting storylines